Something borrowed, something blue. Give us all your juicy news, sensational, irrational. It's Wedding Confessionals.
Welcome to another episode of Wedding Confessionals. I'm Brooke.
And I'm Pam.
And the only thing we love more than weddings
is talking about weddings.
Yay!
Yeah.
We're back.
It's been a moment.
Yeah, we had a mini hiatus and now we're back, sort of.
Yes. We got some splaining to do.
Yeah, we will. And first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all the listeners that emailed us, worried about us. That was very sweet.
Thank you. We're still here. Everybody's good.
Yes.
Even Ruthie.
Yes. Ruthie is good. So what's going on is, okay, do you remember episode 59? So Royal Wedding last May.
Yes.
Brittany Welsh came over.
Bright and early.
And we watched the royal wedding. You guys remember I injured my back and then I was on the floor for that recording?
You were.
I was. My back has not really been the same since. And I know I've had my little sad back issues.
It's been a while.
But I've been hobbling along okay.
You have.
And then one day that just stopped being the case. So I'm in the process of getting some procedures done. I will be fine.
Yes.
I will be fine. But it is kind of a weird time where there's no way for us to have guests right now. I'm kind of on a lot of medication. So it's a super fun episode for me.
Yes.
But
we'll see what comes out.
Yeah. So basically we can't really do real episodes, but I also didn't like the idea of skipping anymore. I thought maybe we could do mini episodes while I recover.
Yeah.
Because I just missed you guys.
I know.
The show sparks joy.
I
didn't want to hold the show and say thank you and throw it away.
No, we're not doing that.
Marie Kondo, my life, and this podcast made the cut.
Thank God.
Do you love that show?
Oh my God, I love it so much.
You are like really doing it right now, right? You're Marie Kondoing.
I am. Well, I'm in the process of moving. Mm-hmm. And so, when you're moving, you're doing a lot of purging and, you don't want to take everything.
Right.
And so it kind of came at a really good time for me.
Yeah.
Because I was able to purge and pack at the same time and, figure out what sparked joy for me.
So rather than putting things back in the closet, they just go in a box for the next place.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of, and then when you're getting to your new place, you're just with the things that are functional and that you really love.
And that I like. Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I
it
like
came
that
at a really
lot.
good time.
Yeah. Marie Kondoing. That's fun. So when you're packing in the boxes, are you still doing it where like you roll it up a certain way so you can look at it? Are you just using clear boxes to pack?
I'm not. I could, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But it does. Packing is so it's so nice and tight. And
yeah.
Seriously, I had so many drawers that were overflowing. And now I have like 3 empty drawers.
Nice.
Which I can fill.
Yeah. New things that spark you joy.
Yes.
Sorry. Welcome to Wedding Confessionals, where we talk about weddings.
A different show.
And not back injuries and cleaning my house. So yeah, that's a bonus bridal break for you.
Yes.
Tidying up with Marie
Netflix.
Kondo on Netflix. So the way the show usually works is that we have a guest on, we quiz them about their wedding history, if they've
Mm-hmm.
gotten married or whatever. And then we answer some listeners' confessionals and help them with either advice or just laugh along with the crazy things that have happened to them. Mm-hmm. Clearly we're not going to currently do that because we don't have a guest. We'd just be interviewing Ruth, who's chewing on a dog toy.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll skip that part, but we thought we'd at least try 1 or 2 confessionals today, right? Mm-hmm. Just to kind of do it over. And then from here on out, we'll just, as much as possible, do once a week. But if not possible, I think everyone will be forgiving for the fact that I am.
Until your back is back.
My back is back.
Yes.
Bitches. So is the first one going to be a continuation? Is that what we decided?
Yeah.
So you know how we do the episodes where we just get people to write us feedback about things that they've already sent in before? We have a really fun one that we didn't want to wait on because it made me laugh so much. So do you want me to read the original confessional that came in?
Yeah. Why don't you read the original and then I'll read the follow-up.
Okay. Here is the original. And this was from episode 93 with Amanda Walker. And it went a little something like this. My husband and I married in 1992 in Wisconsin. We had 7 attendants. One of mine was my cousin who was recently divorced. After the rehearsal dinner, we went out for a few cocktails where my cousin proceeded to get plowed, which we discussed is getting drunk.
Yes.
And not having sex.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So getting plowed in Wisconsin means getting boozed up, which is fine. I checked out early, headed back to the hotel, and left her for others to worry about. The next day, while getting ready, she was noticeably absent. My mom and bridesmaids were freaking out, as this was before cell phones and we couldn't contact her. I just chose not to care.
It was your wedding day.
I was getting married. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what she says next. Yeah.
Yes.
In about 30 minutes. I get it, girl. Like,
Sure.
Listen, you've got bigger priorities. Before the ceremony, she came blowing in, green to the gills, hung over as hell. During the ceremony, she had to sit down due to nearly passing out. Before dinner, we did a little bar hopping. It's Wisco after all. And she picks up where she left off the night before. At the first bar, our groomsman puts on a Packer helmet and everyone begins chanting, "Davey, Davey." Come to find out that she hooked up with a Green Bay Packer the night before. None of this would have shocked me until she and said helmet groomsman went missing during the reception. Yep, you guessed it. She also hooked up with him while his girlfriend was dancing.
Oh boy.
They continued to meet on the sly for about a year afterwards. From Gotta Love Family. So you usually wouldn't need a follow-up to this because it's just a story. It's not like it's a question and we want to see how it turned out. But I wanted to know who the Green Bay Packer was.
You did.
And I had theorized on my own that the Green Bay Packer, because I did a little research.
Okay.
And I guessed that the Green Bay Packer was Dawn Danny, who played for the Green Bay Packers and also was kind of a looker. So good for her. So
Don, what's the last name?
Danny,
Don Danny.
I believe is his name.
Okay.
Again, I'm not the biggest Green Bay Packer fan, especially in the 80s or whatever this was.
90s.
90s. Never, I mean, didn't they win in the, they were in, I remember wearing a cheese head on my head at a Super Bowl party in the 90s. That's as close as I get.
Okay.
So maybe I know that much.
Okay.
Whatever. So we have
Brett Favre. I mean, he was big.
Oh, right.
So yeah.
Brett Favre. Wow. She hooked up with him. That'd be cool.
That's. Oh my gosh. Now we're spreading rumors.
Well, welcome to Wedding Confessionals, where we just hypothesize which athletes women will sleep with.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay.
All
So
right.
she wrote us back.
She did.
Okay.
She did not leave us hanging. She, Gotta Love Family wrote back. Mm-hmm. She says, "Hey ladies, I was your crazy Wisconsin. My cousin slept with a Green Bay Packer the night before my wedding lady. The Packer's name was Don Davey."
Oh, it's close. Maybe I
Close.
spelled it wrong. Okay. Don Davey. I love
Don
it.
Davey. He was born and raised in Wisconsin and went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison, then was drafted by the Packers. You can Google him. You asked for a cousin update. She went through a very tough few years after I married. She finally quit drinking and in her late 30s was remarried and went on to have 2 daughters. She's doing well now. When my husband or I tell that story, they insist we're making it up. Unfortunately, we're not. We have her on video dancing at the bar wearing a Packer helmet while the guy's cheering, "Davey, Davey." Hope you got another giggle out of this. Love your podcast. My daughter is getting married in 2020. Congratulations.
Awesome.
And I'm learning a lot of do's and don'ts from your stories. Keep up the great work.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
That's exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Being the mother of the bride. That's a fun role.
Yeah.
Also sounds like you'll be a good one and not a nightmare one like some of the other stories we get.
I know.
Right? Jeez. Well, that's fun.
I love this story.
I must have gotten the wrong last name.
Yes.
That's funny. So I was sort of on track. Also, I love that he's like a Wisconsin like legend
Right.
for being like college and pro. That's fun.
And we're glad to hear that the cousin is doing well now.
Yeah. That's
So-
fun. Oh, good. I'm glad she kind of got herself. Well, getting out of a divorce, you go a little. That's not unheard of to go a little wackadoodle. But I'm glad that she has kids of her own and a steady relationship. That's nice.
Yeah.
So we definitely can hit another one, but this one's going to be a question, right? More of like an update on, not update, but a new one that's all new.
This is new.
Okay, so we're going to do another confessional too. Hold on. I'm sorry. Pam is currently wearing, I have to take a picture of it, this furry jacket. I love that we're indoors, Pam, and you are in this literal, like, what is this made out of? Is it a Yeti?
It looks like it.
It's like a peach colored Yeti. It's gorgeous, but she's wearing it indoors because Pam is notoriously cold.
Always cold.
I am right now a little warm.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm not freezing, and I'm not taking this jacket off.
No, you shouldn't. But the thing is, there was my room's a little messy because I'm a mess right now because I can't clean because of the back. So I live like a little vagabond. But there was randomly, I don't know why, a roll of tape next to you, and it started getting stuck on your little jacket. Anyway, welcome to Wedding Confessionals, guys. We're loose today.
Totally going off the format today.
It's fun. We have fun.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Dear Brooke, Pam, and Ruth, my fiance and I have been binge listening to your podcast for about a month, and we are so happy we were sent it by a friend. Thank you, friend.
Yes. All of you, please send it to your friends.
Yes.
It's a good suggestion.
It has taken a lot of stress and pressure off of our unique and non-traditional wedding and the process and planning that goes with it. By the way, this is really long.
Okay.
Just
I'm glad you're reading it.
Be prepared.
Yep. I'm settling in.
Okay.
I have nowhere to go.
Perfect. You're stuck.
I can't go far with this back anyway.
To give you an idea about our wedding, my fiance and I are getting married on our 8-year anniversary next year. We are having a Sunday brunch wedding at our zoo. I'm not wearing a white dress, but a 1950 style mint green dress. And we aren't having a wedding party. Just his brother and one of my sisters as our witnesses. We are trying to keep the guest list low, down to 100 people tops, close friends and families with their plus ones that we know. We wanted to have fun with this because we just want to get married and have a fun party and not take anything too seriously. But we also want the people there who love and support us and who have been a part of our lives for the last 8 years. So here's the deal. My mom doesn't have a ton of family on her side, and she is worried there won't be enough people from her family there, since we mainly hang out with my dad's family. Honestly, I'm not concerned about sides or the quantity of people we have. Okay. We just want to spend it with the people that we love. We have included her very close friends on our list, and even included a friend of hers who would have been offended by not receiving an invitation but won't come. To make a long story short, the family that my mom currently has invited will not leave the East Coast to come to our wedding in the Midwest. We are sending them an invite to them regardless. She also wants to add some of her cousins to our guest list, but I don't get along with them, and they have not been kind to me my entire life. When I used to go to family gatherings, they would always greet my sisters with a huge hug and a warm welcome and would ignore me and exclude me from family activities.
Ew.
Yeah. But I still would go and bring a book because it was my family, and it's just water off a duck's back. I like your thinking there.
This is the saddest little image.
I know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because we live far away, I haven't seen them in about 8 years. I didn't think to include them on the guest list. To top it off, these relatives don't interact with my family unless it's around Thanksgiving. All other contact is done through my cousin's very snippy, periodic Facebook comments she finds funny but come off a little rude. Regardless of their negative and hurtful energy, my mom still wants them to have an invite. I am dreading that they will show up, but I'm hoping since they don't like me, they will turn down the invite. I offered a solution to my mom, which was inviting a few more of her close friends that are more likely to go rather than spending the money to send over an invite to people who absolutely will not attend. But that didn't seem to go over well. I just want to include people who want to be there and who will want to come over people who just won't show up at all. Seems like a bit of a waste to me. But I don't want to not invite them and create drama in the family between her and I, considering she has always been creating other drama in our wedding planning process. Is there any advice that you can offer to deal with the guilt of not including people on your guest list? Between her and my future mother-in-law, it's hard to limit their list and make sure there aren't 400 people there. We wanted to take both groups of parents into consideration since they are chipping in most of the funds, but overall, it's not their second wedding. Your help and advice is always appreciated. Sincerely, just trying to make everyone happy.
Followed by a sloth drawing.
So cute.
Is that like an emoji? Is there a sloth emoji now?
I don't know, but that is adorable.
God, I have not updated my phone. I hope there is. That's not what it's important. Sorry. I get distracted by little things. Okay. So,
What do you think, Brooke?
well, I have one thought that has nothing to do with this, but I just want to get it out of the way.
Okay.
She's getting married at a zoo. In my brain, I thought, God, I want to at some point in my life go to a zoo wedding. I need to make that happen. So, guys, you're having a zoo wedding. I want to come.
I've been to one.
Really?
It's pretty awesome.
I've been to like a museum wedding and it was beautiful. Anyway, this isn't about me. Okay, so it sounds like it's not so much that you're worried so much about these people aren't going to come, right? It sounds like these people are not going to come either way.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't trust them.
That's the thing. This isn't about setting, in my mind, she's trying to tell us that, or she's mentioned in this, that she doesn't want to send these invitations, just doesn't want to waste the money on the actual invitations going out and the stamps and all that, like the price. At the end of the day, that is a minimal cost. It's not really that much money. It's a little bit, but it's not going to like kill you financially. I think the real issue is I don't want to invite people who treated me like shit when I was a kid and who I'm not tight with as an adult.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with money.
No.
It really doesn't. This isn't some distant aunt who you never see and you have neutral feelings about and it's fine, or your mom wanted to invite everyone she works with. This isn't that. This is people that have gone out of their way to treat you poorly and who you do not have a relationship with as an adult.
Yeah. I think mom needs to respect that.
I mean,
And I think you shouldn't invite them. If you don't want to invite them, here's the sticky point that she added at the end is that the parents are paying. So I think there's a little bit of guilt there of like, I need to invite them because of that.
Is there a sibling or a relative besides your mom then you could bounce this idea off of getting a real gauge of if these people are going to come? Because if they're really not going to come, give your mother this win.
Yeah. Send the invite.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And there is at a point where if someone's paying for your wedding or someone's giving you a sizable amount, that nothing comes for free and they are going to want their way on a couple things. And if she's already getting her way on a couple other things, or if you really want to get your way on some other things and you got to let this go.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. On one side, if you wanted to not invite them, you're not an asshole. These people have never been nice to you. But on the other side, if you wanted to invite them to make sure your relationship with your mother isn't complicated, the odds of them coming seem small. And here's the other thing. Even if they do come, you don't really have to talk to them for more than 10 seconds.
That's what I was going to say.
Amanda Walker, if she was here, I'm finding my inner Amanda Walker.
All right.
Amanda Walker would whisper into the microphone, just fucking invite them. Who gives a shit? Right?
She would. She would. And I agree with that. Like, I understand the principle of not wanting to, and I wholeheartedly agree that you should not be inviting these assholes to your party or to your wedding.
Well, it's a party. She said she wanted it to be a party.
Yeah, true. Here's the thing is that at your wedding, even with 100 people, even though that's on the smaller side, it goes so fast and you get to spend a blink of an eye with each person. So honestly, even if they are there, you'll, like you just said, you'll spend a couple moments with them and then not see them for the rest of the night. So
yeah,
if it's what you need to do to make everything, happy with your mom, then do it.
Yeah, it just kind of has to come down to what are you comfortable with the emotional and potentially financial ramifications of going against your mother's wishes. And that really is. But also, I really do think you need to gauge from somebody that knows what's going on.
Yeah, you have
the
sisters.
probability of this happening, of these people showing up. And if it's low, throw your mom the dumb bone. It's stupid. You're not wrong. You're
not wrong.
And
Yes.
worst case scenario, maybe 2 of them come, put them in a shitty seat.
Yeah.
Tell the caterer to bring their food out wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Don't do that.
That's the meds talking right now.
No, it ain't.
That's
I could be stone cold sober and be that petty. No, but I think the way that you told it really does told it.
Yes.
It's fine. I'm doing great, guys. Is that the odds of these people coming are so low that it's worth the gamble.
I think so.
Yeah. Ugh.
And if not, like I said, you're not going to really see them there.
The other thing,
spend your, focus on your new husband and the people who want to be there.
yes, and the other thing to keep in mind is the exception of people that like elope or invite 8 people to their wedding. Every single person who gets married has 1 or 2 people that they don't really like at their wedding.
It's true.
It is something that you can bond with everybody later on with. They can be like, who was at your wedding you didn't like? And I'll be like, girl, I got one.
Yep.
Right? Do you have one?
Absolutely.
I have 2. That's how it works.
It happens.
And it was fine.
Yeah. Totally
I did
fine.
not talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, oh, thank you, hello, or
Yes.
whatever. And then I didn't see them for the rest of the night. And I had like 80 people at my wedding.
Yeah.
My wedding was small. Your wedding was small.
80
Did
people.
it actually affect you?
Nope.
No. So keep that in mind.
It's true.
So if worst case scenario, this actually happens, you can navigate this so it won't bother you a bit.
Yep. Agreed.
But
got
this
this.
sucks and you're not wrong.
I know.
And sometimes it feels nice to have strangers tell you that your cousins are assholes.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. I'm going to say it. Your cousins are assholes, Pam.
Yes, they are. Your cousins are assholes.
Yeah. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Feels good for you. Feels good for us.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right.
I feel like I emotionally tidied
We
up.
purged that. Yeah.
Purged.
Yes.
So thank you next to that. So that's all the confessionals today.
That's all we're gonna
Mini
do.
episodes. So we're
Yeah.
gonna move on to bridal breaks. Mm-hmm. So
We already had one. Tidying up.
right, tidying up. We already got that out of the way. I'm going to give 2 because I can't move right now. I watch a lot of television, so I have a
Yes.
lot of suggestions.
Oh, perfect.
So how about I go first and then you go and then I'll go again. Then we don't have to hear
Perfect.
me talk too much in a row.
let's do it.
Okay, so my first suggestion is bridal breaks for all of our new listeners. First of all, what a weird episode to start. Welcome.
I
Welcome
know.
on this bizarre journey that is my health. They're just suggestions we give to not only brides, but anyone that's helping to plan a wedding of just fun things to do that have nothing to do with weddings.
Yes.
These are suggestions to
Take
let
your
you
mind off of all
Yes.
things wedding for
relax,
a moment.
enjoy your life. I usually give something pop culture-y. Pam usually gives a beverage. Our guests, when they're here, give just weird stuff.
Anything and everything.
Right?
Yes.
It is across the board TBD, and I like it. I don't even
It's
ask
fun.
them ahead of time anymore. I just
No.
like to hear what comes out of their mouths. So my bridal break number 1 is a show on Netflix called Sex Education. Gillian Anderson, that's how you say your name, right? From
Yeah.
X-Files.
Yeah.
She is the star of it. And it's actually a British show where it's shot in England and all the people are British except for her, even though she does a really good accent. And not to give too much of the plot away, but it's basically about Gillian Anderson plays a sex therapist who works out of her home. And by observing his mom and living in this household, her teenage son has figured out how to basically turn being a sex therapist for the teens that he goes to school with.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like sort of adult kind of adult for teenagers, but like also like really heady at times. But my other favorite thing about this show, and I actually read a couple articles about it because I was so thrown when it came on. We're watching the first couple scenes. I'm like, is this modern or is this supposed to be set in the 80s? And we couldn't figure it out.
Really?
It was such this odd look about the show. And the only way we knew it was modern was when some kid in like scene 3 said the word Pornhub. And my husband and I at the same time just shouted, modern.
Oh my gosh.
So
They have cell phones?
that's the thing. In the first couple of shots, they didn't, but then
Okay.
they started showing up or whatever, because that's usually the indicator. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like Riverdale and Sabrina, where they're trying to do sort of this throwback look. But you know how Riverdale goes specifically for this like Americana 50s, Bobby sock or sock hop sort of look. This, they've purposely chosen to be timeless and locationless. So it's somewhere
What?
in rural England, but like feels at times suburban and sometimes rural.
Okay.
And their outfits, like one character kind of dresses like she's punk rock 80s. The other character kind of dresses like she's 70s. This other kid sort of looks like 80s, like a John Hughes movie.
Okay.
One kid looks super modern like today. And the style is just kind of blended throughout, and it has this really unique like art direction to it.
I like that.
Yeah. So on top of, I think genuinely, the pilot's just okay, by the way. You get more into it on episode 2.
Okay.
But I think it's a really entertaining show. I thought like the storylines are really engaging, and all the acting was fantastic. Warning, it's definitely one of those shows where everyone's 27 playing 15. But
Gotcha.
but it's really good. So anyway, that's Sex Education, and
All right.
it came out on Netflix, I think, about a month ago, and I'm thumbs up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my bridal break today is, so every time I spend the holidays back east with my in-laws, with Jeff's family, and
With Linda Daniels,
with
who's
Linda
been on the show.
She has, yes. And we always kind of have a signature cocktail for the year.
Oh, that's fun.
It is. And I usually bring it, but this year Linda brought it.
Okay.
And it was so good. So I thought I would share it. I don't know if it has a name.
We're going to call it the Linda.
It is. It's the Linda now. But it is basically cherry whiskey and ginger ale.
Cherry flavored whiskey.
Yes.
That sounds kind of good.
It was really good.
Because I think about like a bourbon with a cherry and this sort of like an ongoing theme in cocktails, like an old fashioned. It's like, and I don't like cherries on their own, but I'll like a cherry flavored something. That sounds yummy.
It's absolutely delicious.
Like a grown up Shirley Temple.
It is. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shirley turns 21 and she's like, let's turn this around. That sounds
She changes
fun.
her name to Linda.
Is it like over ice? Like just like, oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I would drink that.
It was delicious.
That's nice. The Linda.
Yep.
I'll also link in the show notes to types of cherry wine, since it's kind of a new, or cherry whiskey, since I've never heard of. We'll have to find brands.
Yeah. I think it was Jim Beam that
Oh.
we were,
They have
but
a
I have
flavor?
not been able to find that here. So I don't know if it's a East Coast, West Coast thing, but I have not been able to find that out here yet.
All
I've
right.
been looking.
I'm gonna look. Yeah, if I find some, I'll buy it for you.
All right.
Because I'm clearly going shopping right now.
Great. Yeah, you are.
I'm not leaving my house.
No.
So my second one, in keeping with the theme of teenagers having sex.
Didn't know that was a theme, but
It is
cool.
apparently, because my next one, well, actually, technically, it's not really. It's more about puberty. It's the show that's on Hulu called. It's technically called Pen 15. So PEN and then the number 1 and 5. So
Yes.
it looks like it spells out
Penis.
penis. And it's a show on Hulu, and it's these two women. I looked it up. They're both like in their 30s, and they're the ones that created the show, and they star in it. And it's sort of like, you know, the animated show that came out a couple years ago called Big Mouth. I think it was one of my bridal breaks forever ago.
was,
Where it's like adult voices, like giving you the journey of like an adolescent, but like early on, like 11, 12-year-olds at like preteen, middle school age. Well, what this is, it's these two actresses playing those characters. So basically playing almost like versions of themselves that they were when they were 11, 12 years old. And it's them in 7th grade. Every other actor is the correct age. So all
Except for them.
Yes.
Nice.
So all of the boys they have crushes on are like 13, and they really do look 13 years old.
Aw.
But it's not so much about like obviously sex because they're so young, but it is about like liking boys and like popularity
Crushes
and
and-
crushes and like
Yeah.
like studying and what you do, like just actual school stuff, but also like really being honest about what it is to like be a girl at that age. And they do not hold back. Like masturbation is discussed.
All right.
Yeah, they're like really getting into it, but in a very honest way that they've always done with teenage boy movies for years. That it's kind of refreshing to be like, oh, look at girls, like, you know, really showing honest depictions of what it's like. And sometimes it's really emotional, and certain episodes are laugh out loud ridiculous, and other scenes like genuinely break your heart.
Oh.
And they're very good actresses.
Nice.
And it is so delightfully awkward. And I identified with so many scenes. I was like, yep.
check.
Yeah, check. And I've texted like all my friends and I'm still friends with from that time. Like, you need to watch the show because we have to discuss. Like, yeah. So Pen 15 and it's on Hulu.
Nice.
And I highly recommend it. It's completely ridiculous.
I like it.
There's a dog snoring again. Ruth.
She has a lot to say.
Yeah. So that's all of our bridal breaks.
That's it.
And now, before we get into plugging our show, we do want to tell people about our sticker and picture giveaway. So the way that it works is that you go to either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to our show, and you either subscribe or you give a rating and review, whatever you can do, like to show your love and show your support or whatever of the show. You do that. Take a screen grab to show proof, and you email us. Where do you email, Pam?
weddingconfessionals@gmail.com.
Yes, and you email us that screen grab along with your mailing address, and in return we will send you 2 things, Pam. What are they?
A sticker, a Wedding Confessional sticker.
Yep.
And a picture of Ruthie.
A picture of Ruth, because you all are just dying to know what she looks like. So, and for people that have already sent in, they're going out this week. Sorry for the delay, but obviously with all the dumb stuff with my back, I think you guys all understand. So yeah, you're going to get new ones very, very soon.
They're coming.
Yeah, they're coming. And yeah, so send us your emails and we will send you some stickers and pictures of my dog. So now we have to go in deeper into more things to learn about the Wedding Confessionals podcast.
Yes.
Grabbing my clipboard. It's been a minute. It's just the weight that I can lift at this point. Okay, Pammy.
Yes.
We do this in the form of a quiz. You
Yes.
have your phone in front of you. Are you looking at stuff?
I am.
What are you looking at? Oh my God, you look so guilty. Are you cheating?
I'm not cheating.
Show me what's on your screen. Turn it around.
I am cramming.
I knew it.
Before.
I knew it.
Hey, you know what?
You know,
I
it's
also
fine.
have not done this in a couple of
That's right.
weeks.
That's right.
So, I needed a quick refresher.
I will give you 10 seconds. 10 seconds to cram.
Oh, geez.
1, 2.
Oh, that's helpful.
No, okay, sorry. Going now. Time. What riveting content for our listeners, by the
my
way. I'm going to
God.
keep all 10 seconds of that in this podcast.
Please don't.
Okay, Pamela.
Yes.
We have a website.
Yes.
What is it called?
weddingconfessionals.com.
We are on social media. Where can you find us on social media?
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram.
Yes. We want you to send us your confessionals.
We
'cause we're
love
still kind of
them.
doing them. So let's do this. There's 3 different ways you can send us your confessionals. The first is an email address. What is it, Pam?
weddingconfessionals@gmail.com.
Or you can leave us a voicemail at
434 933.
Yeah.
What is the last? 434 933 4663? No.
434-933-2663.
2663.
So close,
Oy
but no
vey.
cigar.
Yes.
Yes, leave us a voicemail at 434-933-2663 and we will transcribe what you say. We do not use your voice. We do not use your name. Our most popular way is via our website, which again is what?
weddingconfessionals.com.
You hit on a tab that says,
Tell us your secret.
tell us your secret. This is a simple form. It's a name. You get to make it up.
Yep.
And then the story.
It usually entertains us.
Yes, please bring the entertaining names. We love them. And then the little box where you just tippity tap in your story of your life.
Tippity tap, your question, your rant, your venting.
You got a crazy shitty relative acting like an asshole. You got another one banging football players. We need to hear about it.
We love to hear about it.
We do. So yeah, that's the other way. It's that. And then as we mentioned, we love getting 5 stars on iTunes.
We love 5
and
stars.
ratings and subscribe and all that shit. So please do it.
And then you get a sticker and
yes,
Ruthie.
you don't get Ruthie.
Well, a
There are
picture of
times
Ruthie.
where I would like to just ship her away. That's fine. Just kidding,
Aw,
Ruth. I love
Ruthie.
you. So besides Apple Podcasts, Pamela, you can find our podcast in alphabetical order. Where?
Castbox.
Yes.
Castro.
Yep.
Downcast.
Yep.
Google Play.
Uh-huh.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Overcast.
Uh-huh.
Player FM.
Yep.
Podcast Addict?
Pocket Cast.
Pocket Cast.
Podbean. Podcast Addict, Podcast Land, Podcast Republic, Pod Paradise, Podtail, Radio Public, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, and YouTube.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. So I will usually say I'll see you next week, Pammy, but that is a TBD.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Guys.
Hopefully.
But I just don't want you
Send
guys
good thoughts.
Yes. And you don't have to worry. Like, I will be fine. But if we're not around next week, it just means I'm just in recovery, and then I'll be bouncing back even faster.
There we go.
So
Thanks for hanging with us.
I know. I'm glad we got to have our spark of joy.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Special thanks to Andy Schreier for our adorable theme song.
And David Kantrowitz for our fantastic logo.
And Ramsey Millette and Brian Maylard for their technical support.
If you want to learn more about our show, where you got to go, Pam?
Check out our website, weddingconfessionals.com.
That's it, girl. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.